I think for me, I have to be a point guard. I have to make sure everybody gets involved. I have to really control the tempo of the game. And like you said, there is a little bit of a different role, but I still want to be the same attacking, relentless player that I've been in the past and really try to be more efficient in terms of picking my spots.
Jerry, I saw an interview where you talked about how you were a little disappointed in your play last year. What have you done over the summer to work on areas of your game that you thought needed it?
I think I've tried to get better from a defensive standpoint, just to become a better defensive player. I think I've also worked on my jump shot and my left hand, and so hopefully those things will translate over to the season, and I'll be able to see some improvements in those areas.
Jeremy, is there less pressure this year? Last year when you came in this time, you mentioned the fact that you were still a work in progress. Those 25, 30 games in New York, you expected to be the face of the franchise. Now you can come in and just do what you do best and play basketball. Are you more relieved at the fact that there's presumably less pressure this year?
Yeah, I think there's more pressure in the sense that there's going to be a lot of people focused in on the Rockets. But from a personal standpoint, I think there's definitely a lot less pressure. I have a lot more freedom to just kind of be myself. I think last year there's a lot of uncertainty with, coming in, posting Sandy and all those things. And right now it's kind of, calmed down a little bit for me for sure.
Jeremy, could you reflect back again on what it meant to you when Hakeem said you and Dwight could be a deadly combination?
I'm thankful. I totally wasn't expecting him to say that. I didn't really know what he thought of our workouts in Aspen, to be honest. He has a good poker face, I guess. He said some he said some really nice things, and I'm very thankful, especially coming from a player like him. But at the end of the day, it's a matter of really getting that to translate to the court, 5-on-5.
What did you think about you and Dwight working together?
I think he makes my job a lot easier. I just remember I threw a lob and I was like, oh man, sorry, too high, terrible pass, and he just caught it and threw it in, and I was like, oh wow, okay, well, it's good for me.
What's your level of intrigue about adding a guy like him to the mix that you guys have last year, which was very successful offensively?
Yeah, you're talking about the best, maybe the best, one of the best athletes, probably the best center in the NBA, and it's just it's gonna change so many different things. Even playing pickup with him already, it's just like he demands so much attention. It's really hard to help off of him, other big men, and that gives guards a little more freedom. Dwight is hilarious. He's just like he's always joking around and having fun off the court, and I think that's really important in terms of building chemistry, building friendship. And so it's been really easy in terms of spending time with the guys, and I think we're all younger in some respect. He's been in the league a while, but he's still young in terms of his age, and so I think that also helps.
And the chemistry you talk about is expectations and a lot more focus on you guys. You have quite a bit of experience with that. Are you better equipped to deal with expectations and tension than you used to be? Or do you think this team is ready for what you know will become?
I hope so. I hope I'm better at it. I've had such a wide spectrum of like literally no expectations to every expectation, and now it's kind of going back down to no or lower expectations. But I think for our team, a key thing for us is to be able to block out what's coming in from the outside, and we're gonna have losing streaks. We're gonna have slumps, and that's no mystery. Every team goes through that, and it's just a matter of being focused, making all of our concerns internal, communicating openly, directly with each other. I think those are some of the keys in terms of when you talk about tuning out the outside noise and staying focused on our own expectations.
You mentioned when you were in Taiwan that you let those expectations impact you. So what you just described, is that something you had to learn from failing at that?
For sure. Yeah, I think learning to manage expectations, learning to deal with expectations, and learning which voices to tune out. I think that takes time, and you have to fail at it to be able to get to where you want to get to.
You talked about that chemistry, on the court chemistry. What do you gain on the court chemistry with workouts in LA? chemistry going to take time in real games, live action as the season starts?
For sure, it has to take time in games, but I think it's a start. You start with the foundation. You start with building a friendship, building respect for each other. As games go on, as the season goes on, hopefully we develop the one word that I really want to get to is trust. Really trusting in each other on the defensive end, on the offensive end, being able to sacrifice for each other. When you talk about trust and sacrifice, championship teams, not that I know anything about winning a championship, but from the outside looking in, championship teams tend to trust and sacrifice each other.
That way, trust is more important than chemistry, or does the chemistry come after trust?
I think trust is a byproduct of really good team chemistry.
Are you looking forward to playing those the games in Asia, and what do you expect from that trip?
I have no idea what to expect. It's a preseason game, which you never really know what's going to happen in terms of the plan or minutes or whatever. But I just know for us it's going to be 2 games against a really good team, and for us to be able to work on some stuff and to be able to hopefully give the fans across the world something to cheer about and a fun event to attend.